Welcome back to another vehicle review. This week we have for you a 2021 Rolls-Royce Ghost. Not sure where to start with this one with you guys, because I don't know how much you know about Rolls-Royce, but there's so many cool little features with these cars that it's really difficult to pick a starting point. But how about we just begin right at the front of the car. So the 2021 Rolls-Royce has recently received a bit of a facelift. Now this is the first generation of Rolls to have the Spirit of Ecstasy, which is the little figurine that's hiding under the hatch right there, pop up out of the hood instead of the front grille. Let's see if we can give you a look at that. There you go. Now, moving away from the Spirit of Ecstasy itself and the grille, these headlights are something to talk about. Now, these are what Rolls-Royce call laser headlights, not LED, not halogen, not HID and all the stuff that you used to see on a lot of cars. These are laser headlights. So Rolls-Royce claims these will throw a beam 600 meters, which is supposedly twice that of what most modern LED headlights are capable of, which is pretty incredible on its own. Going for a bit of a walk around the sides of the car, you got these gigantic 21-inch rims, gloss black, which sets off the Tempest Grey paint really nicely, and of course the traditional Rolls-Royce weighted center caps that always remain upright even while you're driving. Of course, moving down the side, you have the token coach line. For those of you that don't know, the coach line is painted by only one person. He has painted thousands of these vehicles and he's the only one entrusted to take on the task of painting that perfectly straight line that runs the entire distance of the car by hand. No machines involved in that one there. Moving around to the back of the car, there's not really much to look at on the back of the car. It's got some parking sensors, exhaust tips, and a ladybug. Off you go. You have a rather sizable boot. Let's give you a look at that. Now that's some impressive boot space. I don't care what car you have. That is a gigantic boot. That being said, this car is over 6 meters in length, so you would expect there was some ample room to store your luggage in the back. Let's go and jump in the car because that's where all the action is. Welcome to my office. The inside of this particular Rolls-Royce Ghost is spec'd very, very uniquely. You can see this one obviously has white everywhere. Now this personally gives me a little heart attack being in a white car because white stains, white shows dirt and all that sort of thing, but it is very, very impressive nonetheless. And they've incorporated little purple accents you can see in the, obviously the stitching on the headrest and all the piping around the outside, inserts, what else? Even in the door cards, which you can see there where the storage compartments are, and a couple other little bits and pieces, lots of little purple accents, sets it off really nicely. Now, as with all Rolls-Royce, they like to incorporate real timber. So take a look at the finish across the dash and on the center console. Absolutely beautiful timber there. It's also on the steering wheel actually, I didn't even notice this before. They have the exact same timber on the steering wheel as well. Now, another very cool feature about this car is Rolls has incorporated this LED panel. Now this is not a screen, this is a piece of timber veneer that has 850 individual LEDs in there, giving you a similar impression to the Starlight roof, which we can show you back here. Now in true Rolls-Royce fashion, realistically, whilst it is a beautiful car to drive, it's probably a lot more enjoyable to be driven in a Rolls-Royce. That being said, let's jump into the back and we'll show you what other cool gadgets this car has. Now, who doesn't love a good suicide door? Well, hello. All right, hopping into the back seat. First thing we'll show you, little button right here, hold this down, it says door. Keep your legs clear, of course. And it closes the door for you. Rolls-Royce likes to incorporate all these little things, sensors, buttons, door assists, to make it feel like you're always being assisted, you're being catered to. Inspires a feeling of luxury, I suppose. So, now that we're on the inside, where do we begin? There's a lot in here to show you guys. Let's first start with alcohol aficionados. You have not only a lovely armrest in the center console here, but if we pull back another little secret hatch, there is a refrigerator in the back for you to store your champagne or whatever alcohol you choose. Doesn't have to be alcohol, it can be just water. And champagne glasses, which, as you can see, one is actually being removed at the moment, so someone has enjoyed this. Now, if we close that up, press this little button here, we get a little dial. This allows the user driving in the rear to control the majority of the electronic features in the vehicle. So you've got your full menu, your maps, your media, everything controllable by this little dial right here. Because as I mentioned, it's always going to be more fun if you're being driven rather than driving the Rolls-Royce. Another very cool feature that you get when you're riding in the rear of this car is a convenience table. The button on the right lowers your little desk down. You can sit a laptop here, I presume, or you can do some paperwork or put whatever you'd like to place on the bench here. Additionally, if you hold this button down, you get a full multimedia touchscreen at your disposal. This button here folds that away, and this button folds away your table. For the rear seat passengers, you normally find this feature, I don't know if you can see this past my legs here, you normally get this feature on the front seats of a lot of vehicles, seat memories. Now, you get it in the back as well. Additionally, obviously you've got aircon vents everywhere, keeping your cabin nice and cool. Grab handles when the driver gets a little bit rowdy. Pushing the 563 horsepower twin turbo V12. Now, when you want to exit the vehicle, another one of those little things that I've mentioned Rolls-Royce has put in the vehicle to make it feel like you're always being assisted is electronically assisted door openers. So, if you want to open the door, you no longer need to pull the handle and shove it open like you would on a normal car. No. Rolls-Royce allows you to simply pull the handle once, that pops the door open. If you keep holding the handle, it effortlessly opens for you. How cool is that? Now follow me around to the outside real quick. Once you're outside, if you want to close the door, no need to push it. Simply place your finger on that little button there, and away it goes. Now, as with all nice big motor vehicles, let's give you a look at what's under the hood. Double latch. Well, this one's not your typical V12. It's not rumbling and roaring like you'd expect to hear out of a Ferrari or an Aventador, for example. It is super understated. This is 6.75 litre twin turbo V12 engine. So this thing absolutely hauls ass, especially being a over 2-ton vehicle. This thing still gets up to 100 k's an hour in about 4.6, 4.8 seconds. And it does it quietly because this vehicle's all about luxury at the end of the day. Now, this is very tidy engine bay, very nice. I'm pretty sure a Toyota Camry sounds louder, but I guess that's all in the design. Now, down to the reason the car is here in the first place. I'm sure you probably guessed it already. This Tempest Grey paint job has had a full Xpel gloss paint protection film kit applied to it. We've also tinted the windows using our Xpel Prime window tint film and ceramic coated with Xpel Fusion coating. Owner of this car can now rest assured that the car is protected, easy to maintain, and nice and cool inside for when they're driving or being driven. By the way, we forgot to show you one of the coolest features of the Rolls-Royce, and that is none other than the umbrella in the door jamb. Simply press this button here, And out it pops, ready for you to protect yourself from sun or rain or whatever you require. Simply slide it back in and click, and you have not one, but two of these in either of the rear doors. And they're color-coded to the theme of the car. That's about all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed your tour of the Rolls-Royce Ghost. We'll see you on the next one.
Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. Hey, they tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost